Well, hi folks, this is Sty North. What we're going to show you in this little video is a very simple but very effective snare. I call it a double noose snare, and it seems to be a lot more effective than a single noose. And I hope you'll like this. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes, and I'll walk you right through it. It's very simple. I've got 3 pieces here. I've got 2 that had a crotch in the tree, 2 saplings I made into stakes with those 2 crotches, and they're going to go in the ground with those crotches facing the same direction. I got a cross member piece that's maybe a foot long. And what I've done is I have cut a notch. I hope you can see this. And it's just a 90-degree notch. I notched on the top, notched on the side. So there's a 90-degree angle on it. The other thing you'll need is round yourself up some sticks, because you're going to need 4 little Y sticks. Plus you're going to need an engine, something, because it's a spring snare. And what I've done is I found myself a nice pole that's very flexible, because there's not something here I can use for a spring. So I sharpened the end, the big end, and I found this log. And there we go. I think I'll wrap it around here. Well, no, I like it better on the top. I'm going to reset that. There we go. And on the end of the spring, I tied on about a 2.5-foot piece of line, and I connected it to a trigger. This is a bait trigger. It's got a point on one end, and it's got a number 7 notch in it. Okay. And this will be our engine to run the spring snare. Okay, let's set her up. First thing you do is take these stakes, drive them in the ground. Now you're going to do this on a game trail where you know there's rabbits going through, or if you're after squirrels, near the base of a tree somewhere. Now you got to keep in mind, take this cross piece, line it up so that you got these spacers about right. Okay, now you got those uprights in the ground good and solid. This cross piece is going to be laying in those uprights like this. Okay, now what you do is you bring your pole down, and what I've done is on the end of this trigger I've got 2 lines, each with a sliding noose on them. So, now you got to be real careful. You don't want to get smacked in the face with this thing. Bring it down, put your cross member in with that 90-degree and your number 7 notch. Line those up. And there you go. It's set. Now you take your 2 nooses, one to the front, one to the back. Take your first noose, and all you've done there is made a loop and ran the line through it to make your snare. Now these snares are a little small. I should have made them larger. But this is just for the demo side. You would adjust it out in the field. Put a couple of cross sticks in. To help hold your noose in place. My nooses could have been larger. They should have been about an inch larger. But for the demo, you get the idea. And now you've got a noose in the front of that bait stick. And you're going to have a noose in the back of it. Well, I broke that one a little too short. But Mother Nature provides. There's always another one where that one came from. There we go. Now typically those nooses would be as wide as these stakes. Okay? Now you've got a noose on each side, and if that critter comes from this side and messes with that trigger, he's going to get nailed by that noose. If he comes through this side and he messes with that trigger, he's going to get nailed with that noose. So it doesn't matter which direction they're coming from, their head has to go through a noose, through one of those nooses, in order to get to the bait stick. And we'll fire it just to see what happens. So the critter comes along, let's say from this side, and starts messing with that trigger, and the next thing you know, he's, boom, you got him. He's nailed. He's, in fact, this time, both nooses got him. There you go. Very simple snare. Very effective. Nice way to get a rabbit. Nice way to get a squirrel. I would say you go out and set a couple dozen of these up. Go check them every day. Could feed yourself pretty quickly if you had a bunch of these out. And they're simple and quick. Just like that. We're done with this one. Thanks for stopping by. This is Sty North, and from Jim and Rory, we all would love to see you out here at Camp Wilderness Thriving Fundamentals, and keep checking out our videos. We love to see you there. You all have a nice day.